Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Regan. Thank you so much for great support. For my returning viewers and my returning subscribers, I usually appreciate so much for great support. Always for turning back and coming to watch the updates. So now, Kenyans, the long-awaited news now is out. And the news is that now the postmortem, which has been conducted by the 5 individuals, the pathologists, are now coming out to release a very shocking news. And the news is now coming out to be clearly shown that Albert Ojwang was killed by the police officers. So now what we want to know is that how was it possible that this man being killed in a police custody? Because earlier on we were told that alijigonga. How was it possible? How is it possible that a person anajigonga tu hadi ajiue the way we saw it? So now what we want is that the only one thing, Ruto must come out and fire the DIG, because DIG was the one who was a complainant. And the DIG was the one who came out to complain about what Albert Ojwang did. So from that complaint now is what then led for the arrest of Albert Ojwang. Then later on, we were told that Albert Ojwang is dead. So now we want us only one thing for now. One thing is either DIG LAGAT to resign, or either Ruto to come out and fire the DIG. That's the only thing, because what we want now is the justice for the Albert Ojwang. Tuliona vile his father aliongea kwa machungu sana, and that's the pain, because we as the Kenyans now, we expect the police to protect us and the police to adhere by the rule of law. But it comes out that now these police who we are now depending on them, they are coming out to be a rogue police, because not all of them they are bad, but some are being used in a very, very bad way. And that's why now we are insisting that justice to be held for the Albert Ojwang. Then next, Ruto must come out and fire this kind of a person known as the DIG LAGAT, because from him, from his complaint, that's when now the death of Albert Ojwang occurred. So now what we want is now only one thing. We want the justice for the Albert Ojwang. Then the second thing, we want Ruto to come out and fire this person, because ye mwenye ndiye amesababisha hizo. And what we want is only one thing, either the two, the DIG to resign, or the Ruto to fire the DIG. And if it is possible, let the IG and the DIG both be fired. And all the officers who are available on that police station when the Albert Ojwang was being tortured and Albert Ojwang was being killed, let them face the consequences and let them face the rule of law. Because now what we want is everyone who participated on this kind of thing, let them bring onto the book, because all the person who participated now, they must not be left go. Let them brought to the book and let everybody face the consequences, because you cannot just take a person from his home, from their home, then you take him to Nairobi at a police station, then you killed the man. Then later unakuja kutuambia that atalijigonga atimara nini he committed suicide. There is nothing like suicide, because now the postmortem is revealing that Albert Ojwang was being tortured until his death. So now I want us to watch the video of the postmortem, then we proceed. But before we proceed, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to like the video. If you like the video, you automatically support. Otherwise, thank you so much for that like. Let us watch the video of coming from the postmortem people, then we proceed.
I'm called Dr. Bernard Midia. I'm a forensic pathologist working here in Kenya. We know why we were here and what has been happening. And we met here to conduct an autopsy. We met here to conduct an autopsy on the late. We were 5 pathologists here with myself as the lead pathologist, and all parties were represented in the process, including IPOA, other human rights organizations, Kenya National High Commission of Human Rights, Kenya Commission on Human Rights, the Independent Medical Legal Organization, and all important, all interested parties. The family is also here. Now, we are in concurrence with regards to what happened as the cause of death for the late
Albert Ojwang.
Late Albert Ojwang. We are sincerely sorry, and we condole with the family and the whole public about what happened. Now, following the autopsy that we've just done for 5 of us, we find that there were serious injuries to the head. There were also features of neck compression. There were also multiple soft tissue injuries that were spread all over the body, including the head also, the neck, upper limbs, and the trunk, and the lower limbs. These are injuries that externally inflicted from external source and are in keeping with assault. Now, upon conclusion, as we don't stop here, we go further to investigate. So we took various other samples from the body for analysis in forensic laboratory, and we are also inviting other interested investigative agencies to come up and with findings that can corroborate what we have just found concluded after the autopsy. Thank you very much. So the cause of death is very clear, as I've just mentioned. Head injury. We also have neck compression, and we also have other injuries spread all over the body that are pointing towards assault. And as I've just mentioned, we've taken specimens, and other investigative agencies are going to assist in getting other pieces of evidence which, pieced up together, will help in corroborating what we've just found. That's what we found. So if you have any questions, then I can be free to answer what I can. Thank you.
Are you able to tell for how long you endured this torture? Are you able to tell from what you did? Are you able to tell for how long you take?
Well, it's arguable about whether it's sequential, but the time span, it's within a short time. It could be same time, it could be within 1 day, 2 days, or several days, but it's difficult to tell and date them, temporarily, as in times of space.
A follow-up question. As an expert, I know the police gave some unreasonable reason as to why Ojwang died, saying he hit his head on the wall. As an expert and having examined the body, if that were to be the case, what signs would have been consistent with hitting one's head on the wall, and that the signs you've seen today completely dismiss that particular narrative?
Well, when I examine the whole, the pattern of the injuries, especially on the head, the bleeds, the hematoma that are found on the head, hitting against a blunt surface, a wall, would have a particular pattern, especially frontal bleeds. But the bleeds that we found on the scalp, on the skin of the head, was partially spread on all aspects, including the face, the sides of the head, and also the back of the head. When we tie up together with other injuries that are well spread in the body, including the upper limbs and the trunk, then this is unlikely to be self-inflicted injury.
Another question, very quick from Citizen TV. Were they signs of self-defense?
We have found a number of injuries, what I've just mentioned. Maybe because of the audience, I'll not describe them here in more detail.
Please do.
But what I would generally state is that there were signs of struggle within that. There were signs of struggle generally for consumption, but they are well described in the report that we'll deliver for consumption for investigative purposes. Yes.
One last one. I know brief the family. Is the family satisfied?
Yes, we have all of us. We are 5 pathologists, and often we invite pathologists to represent different parties that are interested in this, and the family is well represented, and we are in agreement as to what I'm speaking here now. We're in concurrence, that's so to speak. Yes.
So now, after that autopsy now, we can clearly note some of the things. And the things is that Albert Ojwang was being killed. Hii mambo ya kutuambiwa ati alijiua, there's nothing like kujiua. No. Na hii ni mchezo yenye hii government inacheza. Na ni mchezo mbaya because they are the people who we expect to protect us, and they are the people we expect to be with us. Because this is the government, and the government, we have the constitution and the rule of law. So that's the only thing now we want. We want the justice for the Albert. Then we want all the people who involved in this kind of thing. Let them be fired and let them face the consequences. So now, what we are waiting now is only Ruto to come out and say that, oh, DIG and the IG, all them are fired. Because asipofanya hivyo now, we are waiting. We are waiting, and the ground is boiling nicely because the judges now are saying that there must be justice, and justice has to be done. So now, what's your opinion? Drop it at the comment section. Otherwise, thank you so much for great support. Keep on subscribing, liking, and sharing. I think let's meet in another video.